Hi, so welcome to this last episode of my 4-episode series on Microsoft Sustainability Manager. So we've talked about analytics, we've talked about data, we've talked about calculation. So the final part is on how we can actually use all this data externally. For instance, we are creating our external sustainability report that we'll put on our website, or we need to maybe help doing some auditing with some external partners as well. So stay tuned. So external reporting, or basically exporting the data in a specific format, is also something that's really important with the Sustainability Manager. There are various ways of doing it. Microsoft has very recently, within the last month or so, they have created a new module. I'm going to show off that. But just to begin with, within the analytics area that I mentioned in episode 1, there's also something called reporting. So if I click reporting, I can create a new report, for instance, based on the CSRD directive from the EU, and I can then grab the numbers of my Sustainability Manager module and put them in the right order, so it's easier for me to report on the CSRD directive. But I can take it a step further, because once I've created this report, which is not really the most sexy report, it's just a spreadsheet listing, we all know, a lot of topics and subtopics and subtopics. We can also do it a bit more structured. So on my main menu here, I have something called external reporting, and I can create what is called an assessment. An assessment is basically that for a given directive, in this case, I already have imported the CSRD. This is something Microsoft delivers. You can create an assessment, and then you can actually grab those numbers of your Sustainability Manager and put them into the right category within the CSRD directive. And everybody who knows the CSRD knows there are a lot of categories and topics within that. So if I open up, I have an assessment for CSRD 2022. I can then go to what is called the requirements. And within the requirements, I can actually see all these topics that I have. So this is the CSRS 2, which is within these 12 main topics. And I'm going to the climate change. So based on the climate change, I can scroll my way down, and automatically the system has moved data from my sustainability into the right columns, or the right topics, if you like, on my CSRD directive reporting. So I'll just going to scroll down to one of them that we hopefully know by heart. This is the scope, the total of scope 2, I believe. And I think this is the scope 2 gross emissions. And if I open that, there is something called a concept, and beneath that there's a fact, which is the actual number. So here I can see I have a fact, metric tons CO2 emissions for this specific period. You can then use this as an auditing tool. You can also add approvals on top of this, so you can move areas within this throughout your company and your organization that people have the responsibility to make sure that this is valid, because there is also both, quantitative measurements and qualitative measurements. And the qualitative measurements is something that you need to type in. You need to make sure that you wrote it in a specific way that matches your company's strategy. So you can then take this information and you can export it. You can use it in your sustainability report for your company, and we'll be seeing a lot more lighting up here from Microsoft to make it even more automated. So that's all. I'm going to wrap everything up now. I hope you enjoyed these 4 episodes on Microsoft Sustainability Manager, and we'll see you for something else in the future. Bye-bye for now.